Well, one of the big themes we've been talking about in Canada is an aging population. Now, the good news is if people are in a position to live longer lives, that is positive. But if you're staying at home for longer, there's a lot of considerations as you age. Savaria is a company that has been leaning quite aggressively into that trend. They just came out with quarterly results. Sebastien Bourassa is the president and CEO, and he joins us in studio to talk a little bit more about the business. Thanks very much for being with us. So first of all, you make all sorts of essential items for people who are living longer lives and in particular, staying at home, staying in the home that they've been living in for years. Can you just walk us through some of the different products that make up the Savaria business?
Okay, well, thank you. So yeah, basically, we are a leader in the industry. We are worldwide. We are in Europe, in Asia, and in North America. So we manufacture some seat lifts to go up and down the stairs, some vertical platforms, some home elevators. And I would say we are the only company in the world that has a really one-stop shop. So I would say 30% of our business is through direct office, where we do this installation, service, and maintenance. The 70% is dealers. So really the dealer, they like to make business with us, make their life easy. You have one phone number to call, one sales rep, one tech support. You can bundle your shipping. So I would say that has been a key success. So far, we have been more in North America, the one-stop shop. We can offer all the products. And in Europe, we are starting to introduce all our products one by one that we can do the same company as we are in North America.
So whether it's a business that needs to get facilitated with some of these things, or it's a home, you're a place that immediately, if someone has to get on the phone and figure out who do I talk to about those things, that you want them to be thinking of Savaria first, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And when the customer calls us, we go visit them. We understand what is their situation. Do they want a seat lift that we can install within a few days? They want to do a renovation and install our products. For example, we have a new product called the Luma. It's a through the floor. It's a one-day installation, so very quick to turn around and make the home accessible. Or is it someone who has a mid-long-term project that they want to do a bigger renovation, put the home elevator for a few floors, or new construction? We work quite closely with architect and contractor to make sure that they respect Savaria when they do some new project. No?
And is it correct that, when we talk, certainly Canada, that issue of an aging demographic comes up a lot. Is it that on average, aging populations makes, your industry a growth industry?
For sure, I would say aging population is number one, but I would say if you look in the big city, like example in Toronto where we are today, townhouse now is 3 to 4 floors. So when you can have an home elevator to serve every floor, but it's convenient for everybody. You bring your luggage up and down. You want to resell your house, there's a plus value to the house. You want to invite your parents to come to stay with you, but suddenly the house is accessible. So really there's been a big change in the attitude to put an elevator to be a part of the standard package of ours.
So, and growth has been evidenced through, you've gone out, you've done deals. You mentioned you're a global company. So how do you think about, that part of it? Like, should we go out? Should we buy this business? What's sort of the framework that you use to make that decision?
So now we are lucky. We have a very good balance sheet. We have finished the quarter at 1.34. We have some available fund of 275 million, so we can make acquisition. But we are very selective. So we like to buy some of our dealer when they want to retire. There's no second generation, so this is very natural for us. Or when we buy a manufacturer, example, last year we bought Meta Dumbwaiter. Basically, it's done available for all our dealers to improve the one-stop shop. So definitely, we're lucky, and now we have just achieved our best quarter of 20.6% of EBITDA, and our target that we have created in the Savaria was 20%, so first time a big achievement for all the team. So definitely with M&A, we have to be selective because we want to make sure the story continue. And now we're starting to think about a Savaria 2, which is really because Savaria 1 is finishing this year, so Savaria 2, what do we need to do in the next 3 years to continue to improve the growth, to continue the profitability? So this is something we are launching with all our team in the next few weeks so that we can come out with a good plan for the investor to release next spring, that people know exactly where we are going, what is the next milestone that we want to achieve.
And then with all the trade headlines, and that I would imagine there's all sorts of components to that you have to think about, with products being compliant, or even just where you're manufacturing, all that kind of stuff. Sort of, how do you think of that? It's just. Yeah, busy time for you on that?
Well, we were a bit tired to talk about tariff. Okay, so we decided we always think about mid-long term.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do in the first quarter, We have 2 factories in the U.S., one in Greenville, one in St. Louis. And we say, okay, let's make a decision for the mid-long term. So we have decided to expand our factory in Greenville. Right now, we occupy 60,000 square foot amount of building of 200,000 to make accessibility products. And right now, we do 30% of our home elevator into this Greenville factory. And we are making an expansion of another 50,000 square foot that will be ready in the second half of next year. But again, we can think about mid-long term and make sure that it is a win for our customer. Our customer in South Carolina, they are super happy. They pay less freight. So again, how do you turn a negative situation into a positive for the mid-long term? That's what we have decided to do with the U.S. expansion.
Well, you've won over a lot of analysts. It's not a huge number that cover your company or your stock, but all of them are buying into the story. And the business model, you kind of alluded to it. It doesn't necessarily stop with the sale, right? You're sort of looking to sort of build that service relationship over the long term.
Yeah, definitely. Again, the service, the recurring revenue is something we do a lot when we have our own direct office, in 30% of the case, and the rest when we have dealer, but we sell some parts for them. So definitely the recurring revenue, building the service model is important, because when you have a good service base, if you have a bad month, but the service doesn't go down, or if you have some more difficult time, service is always a safe bet.
All right, Sebastien, thanks very much for breaking down the business. We appreciate the update.
Thank you very much.
Sebastien Bourassa, President and CEO of Savaria, joining us here in studio.